We're doing Snauzberries. So let me get your thing right here. And so Snauzberries, as I often have our creators do, filled out a form to give us some context about their channel. So what we'll do is we'll go over Snauzberries information. We'll then take a look at the design of the page, like the graphics and the panels and the information that is included there. And then we'll dive into some VODs and take a look at Snauzberries content itself. And then the goal is to find the things Snauzberries is doing right and the things that we can improve upon. Judge me harshly, Snauzberries says. I will judge you honestly. That's the goal. I will judge you honestly. Let us take a look. So and before I forget, let's do the link in chat. So that's Snauzberries' channel. We also have a extension on the video itself where you can click on his name and hit follow. Potato made the joke I think everyone was waiting for. Potato says, points off if Snauzberries do not taste like Snauzberries. All right. Let's see here. All right. And thank you for that follow. All right, guys. So let's take a look at Snauzberries' profile page. I'm gonna just kind of start at the top and work my way down. It looks like our banner, we've got a these look like different fruits. Pretty basic overall. No logo or no indicator of who you are, but the good news is, you know, it's more of a pattern than anything, so you can't really, you know, it's not like the carousel's blocking anything. I may recommend doing something like either a logo or a pattern on the side to kind of help tie it into your brand. Although, actually, let's talk about the brand, Snauzberries. Obviously, Willy Wonka reference. I would say I'm always reluctant when you know, someone builds a channel name off the IP that isn't theirs. You know what I mean? So while a Willy Wonka theme is cool, I'm personally hesitant to say, you know, that's a great direction for branding. I don't think that is I mean, I can see it right here in your banner. We got Willy Wonka. I think it's fun. I think it's neat, but I don't know if that is the best way to build your own brand. You know what I mean? But that's part of a much bigger question of like the goals for your channel, the things you want to do with it. Because I think it's a cool name. It's a fun word, right? But building it off of, say, you know, Willy Wonka, like, obviously you don't say Willy Wonka, but it's very clear that that's what it's. So I would say as a long-term goal, maybe just like take a look at that and think about how you want to brand yourself, because building your brand off another IP doesn't work, right? And so you'll want to update that. but overall, you know, it's a fun word. I'm not gonna lie. I like the word Snauzberries. There's just problems with if, you know, the IP holder says, hey, look, we've been watching, we've seen your stuff, and you can't be using references to our IP, right? It's like, actually, who is it? This is not as a one-to-one example, but there's a content creator who goes by Snoopeh, and as Snoopeh, Snoopeh. Pretty big content creator, right? His original handle was Snoopy. Now I know Snauzberries isn't as direct as Snoopy is, but like he was actually asked by you know, the group that owns the intellectual property of Peanuts, the comic, to stop using the name Snoopy. So he changed it slightly. Actually, is this how one would spell Snauzberries? Is this how one would? Yeah, I mean, it's a made up word, right? So it's hard to know. But I think I got my point across there. So consider looking at a. Yeah, it's good. Okay, I was like, how do they spell it in the book? It's spelled differently. Okay. Well, in either case, I would say I would build towards something that there it is. Okay, I was like, how do they spell it then? Snozz. Okay, Snoz. I would still say I'd get away from that eventually. Just something as a goal to work towards, which is to work away from a Willy Wonka based theme. Let's see here. So that's good. I see a Layers of Fear stream from 12 hours ago, which is excellent, which means you streamed recently. I don't see a trailer, and as always, you know, consider adding a trailer for viewers who don't know who you are. It's a video that you upload that has to be less than 60 seconds. And generally speaking, you can introduce yourself, say who you are, what content they can expect. So whether it's, you know, the games that you play, the vibe that you try to give when you stream, you know, the kind of community you want to encourage, and then when you're live, are all good things. So 60 seconds doesn't have to be too fancy. You can always add a montage of clips as a part of that trailer, to kind of just show what the viewers are in for. And you know, I cover this every time. I think you are number 16 or 17 at this point. Only 2 people have had a trailer, and when you browse Twitch, most people don't have one. I don't think it's necessary, but I always say, you know, if you want to take advantage of that feature, consider doing so. All right, and I'm gonna click this button. All right, cool. We see that you're pretty active by looking at your recent broadcasts. Although there's some somewhat large gaps. Seems like once or twice a week, perhaps. Indeed, variety. There's a lot of different games here. Let me pull up the form I had you fill out. Oh, you had VODs off for a few days. I gotcha. Was there any reason to turn off the VOD? You're testing something? Oh. With sound. Gotcha. So let's take a quick look at the form that Snauzberries filled out. First question I always ask is, how long have you been streaming? And Snauzberries says for 2 years. This is actually my favorite part of the questionnaire because it gives me some context as well as helps you all think about your content, right? So Please describe your channel and what kind of content you produce. I like to have a few drinks while I play some games. My content is very much variety with a few constants. Binding of Isaac happens 1 to 2 times a week, followed by whatever game I'm working on after. Sometimes I'll play games with viewers as well. That's pretty good. Hey, Rather Skinny. Good to see you. Snauzberries says I was testing something, the new Twitch music beta. Got it. So, this is something that I don't spend too much time on, although I try to emphasize its importance. This question is my way of gauging how much you've thought about your channel and how much I don't do a follow age anymore, Rather Skinny, but let me see here. Since May 2017. 3 years. Good to see you, man. And if y'all are just joining us, we're doing stream reviews where I walk through content of other creators and I try to give you know, praise where it's due and then tips on how we can improve. But good to see you, Rather Skinny. Nice to see you. So I try to get you all to think about, when I ask that question, how do I describe my content? And ideally what should come out is some form of you know, like, here's my community, here's what we do, this is how, or this is why, right? So ordinarily, if you were to describe your channel to someone else, I wouldn't open with, I like to have a few drinks while I play some games. That's probably true, right? But like, I would say, you know, the focus, yeah, hey Bennyfoots, hey buddy, yeah, the focus should be apparent. It should be very clear what the content creator is trying to do. You know, I've recently been yeah, you do, but that doesn't, I mean, that is not what I would consider the best thing to describe that to potential viewers. You know, I've been you know, reworking the description in my own panel, and I say something like creator, game designer, dungeon master, right? And then I say something like, I like to help other creators improve their content, and then the games that I play. So just think about what you would say as you introduce your channel to other people, because this is also something that you can use, say, when you are introducing yourself to a raid, right? Someone comes by, they raid your channel. It's always good practice to introduce yourself and say, hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Snauzberries. I like to drink while I play games. Thanks for joining, right? Like, that's not what that's not how I would introduce it. So just think about how you would introduce your channel. Think about the focus of what you're doing in your content. And ideally, when you set it and discussed it enough, you'll have a much better idea of what your channel's about, and that also helps you make the decisions that you need to make for your channel, whether it be in design choices, whether it be in the kind of games you stream, or the kind of things that you do. It'll help you with that. All right, what's your streaming schedule? 9:45 p.m. to 11:45 p.m. CST, so Central Standard, yeah? Sunday every other week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday every other week. It's a 4-day schedule that either starts on Sunday or Monday. Oh, I see. Got it. I imagine that's based on work schedule or other commitments. Got it. What would you like to get out of the review? I'm always trying to improve the channel to provide the best content. I saw you do this for my Maniacal Z and thought it would be a great idea to offer my channel for judgment. All right, cool. I think that's what we all want for sure, is to, it is 4 day weeks are fun. Yeah, I bet. Always trying to improve the content. That's good. I'm glad that you care about making it better. What particular things do you want to get looked at? The channel as a whole is the answer. And do you have any specific questions that you'd like answered? Snauzberries says, "What is your favorite type of peanut butter?" My favorite type of peanut butter is Jif creamy peanut butter. It's all about the creamy peanut butter for me. I have no problem with crunchy. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just prefer creamy. Like, I'll eat crunchy. Like, I'm not against it. However, if you gave me a choice, it'd be creamy. All right, cool. So now we have a little context about Snauzberries and their channel and what he's trying to do. And we've taken a look at this initial screen, so let's jump to the About section now that we have context. There it is. I'm here to drink beer and play games, and I have plenty of both. We play all sorts of games in here. Can't wait to see you in here. Oh no, beer. I mean, it just doesn't. It's a funny opening. There's nothing like, I think the opening is funny, but I certainly would use this space to give someone a little more than, hey, I like to drink while I play games. I don't think that gives a whole lot of people anything to latch onto, for sure. And then saying we play all sorts of games, while that may be true, that's, I mean, variety streamer, right? You gotta add a bit more about who you are and what your community really is about, you know? So let's read the About section. Hey everybody, I'm Snauzberries, 32-year-old gamer in Kansas City. See, this is good. I like beer, games, and food. I feel like you need a beer theme. I feel like you need a beer theme. I'm surprised you're not Snauzberries. Hey, no, that's horrible. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'll see myself out. What do you stream? There's a lot of variety in here. Does not. I know, it doesn't sound right. I play roguelikes, FPS, indies, and RPGs. What do you do offline? Besides work, I like to pop around different local breweries and restaurants, go to dog park, or whatever else my girlfriend decides she wants me to go outside for. You said dog park. Oh, see, Potato's gonna like you already. What type of pets do you have? I have a black lab named Radish, a black cat named Tippy, and a ball python named Mr. Snaky. Chunky or smooth peanut butter? Oh, there it is. Smooth 100%. Chunky is gross. All right. So, on a quick visual inspection, I'm glad that you've got graphics as headers. They're definitely, visually speaking, they look fine. However, they don't really, I think, fit with the rest of the theme of your channel, or at least what you were going for. I feel like there's a slight disconnect between the banner you're using and these images. I don't feel like they're very connected at all. But I'm glad you got them. This is good. You have an about, you have a rules. Yeah, I mean, I would put, like, if berries is the thing, man, I'd put Snauzberries on here until you work out a different theme. They're from an old layout set. You got a new banner and panel logos commissioned. Nice. Okay. So, like, as in they're coming, right? Your guy, okay, your person's working on them. Fantastic, Snauzberries. Super Buoy says, I learned so much from these streams. Hey, Super Buoy, I'm glad that you do. So yeah, visually speaking, these aren't really tied together, but you have someone working on it. So we'll, you know, I'd be glad to look at these after those are done, just to kind of give some quick feedback. Your about is in the first slot, which is perfect. That's exactly what I like to see. Rules. Have fun, listen to the mods. We're here to have fun. Absolutely no hate speech. Enjoy your stay. Yep, sounds good. If I hit chat, is this gonna let me do it? Oh, I think I've already seen it. Either your rules aren't set in the actual rules section in your channel settings, or I've already missed it. But always ensure that those rules match what you have posted, especially if they're in the panel. This is a good time to look at the offline image. Okay. Oh, I see. It's a Willy Wonka hat with the Snauzberries. Got it. What I like to see on some of these offline screens is usually either one of two things or a combination. Basically saying when you'll be live, whether it's a schedule or like you know, something like hit follow to get notifications of when I'm live. Or I'd like to see some kind of list of socials here. The offline images are really great to encourage your community or potential community to engage you in other spaces. So things like Discord or Twitter, the things you should be potentially active on when you're able to. And one of the best ways, and we'll touch on this a bit more in a moment, but like one of the best ways to grow your channel is actually not on Twitch. I'll be honest. Twitch, it's odd, right? It's odd to say that. Like you can't grow your Twitch channel with just Twitch. You can grow your Twitch channel with a Twitter account, with an Instagram account, whatever you're active on. Discord. Discord's a great place to, once you get people interested in your community, getting that engagement and interaction going there. So this is a good spot for that offline image. All right, so I would update that. I like the image. You may want to just add a little bit more to it that says, hey, you can find me here, or this is when I'm live. And back to panels, that kind of reinforces the schedule thing. There's no schedule on the panels that I can see. Hold on. So I'm gonna click the schedule in hopes that there's something there. Okay, so this is important. I don't know when you're live. If I were just a random viewer, am I missing it? Not in the about, not in the rules. So what you can do is you can either make a schedule panel that explains your schedule. And I know your schedule is a little, you know, it's dependent on the week, which actually kind of makes this a little more important, right? Is you'll want a panel that says schedule, explaining how your schedule works, as well as a way to encourage viewers to hit the follow button and leave notifications on so they can be reminded when you're online. So you'll want something that, and then this schedule, you could populate this schedule because week to week it's different. It would be hard to maintain, but if you do just maintain it and it's all good, you could just make sure that from week to week this is representative. But the biggest bang for your buck would be to add a schedule panel here. People want to know when you're on, so especially if they really enjoy your content, they'll be like, cool, when do I tune in next, right? All right, videos. So we have recent broadcasts, recent highlights and videos, or uploads, all videos. Do you have clips? Hey, potato, enjoy. We have no clips. Yeah, no worries. And I want you to know that that's what this is for, right? This is us This is time for us to discuss this content and, you know, improve things. DMCA concerns, got it. Unfortunately, that's a very true and big concern. So, there are a number of great music sites, or people who generate great content. I use Stream Beats myself. If you've been in my stream enough times, you probably recognize a lot of the music from Stream Beats, or have just noticed that it's all there. But I use Stream Beats, which is fantastic. Pretzel Rocks, people use that, although their bot will update your chat every time the music changes. Those are two free options. There's a website called No Copyright Sounds, which also features music, and they aim stuff specifically for creators, whether they be Twitch or YouTube. So, the DMCA stuff is something that Twitch should have been better about enforcing, and because a lot of us on Twitch have gotten kind of used to doing whatever we want when it comes to music, now we're kind of feeling the pain, right? We're feeling the pain of like, oh yeah, we should have really not used that. People have had to like delete entire VOD, like their entire VOD like library, because they can't possibly go through the thousands of videos they've generated over the years. You've been using Twitch's beta player and you've been liking it so far. That's good. The thing about them is they're in trouble, I believe, right now, because they're not properly handling the licensing for that. That's what I've seen in the news, is that they're not properly, they're trying to do things in a way that gets them around that, but they're still not properly handling the licensing of that. So that's just a heads up. You could probably find that if you Google, like, you know, Twitch DMCA and look under news. You will probably see information on that. I'm sure they're in the middle of working it out, but just, you know, understand that there are different ways to handle music. Now, one myth I would love to dispel is that you can still play good music. Granted, it may not be, you know, copyright or a top 40, you know, banger, but like there's music you can find to play that is copyright free, or you have the permission of the creators to properly use it. So just keep that in mind. They got a really nasty letter from the RIAA, which isn't a good sign for streamers, because it's clear Twitch itself is trying to cite. Yeah, they are not doing it right at all. Benny Fitz is correct there. Twitch needed. Here's the thing. I love Twitch. I really do. I love Twitch. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like the platform. But here's the deal. They cannot pull crap like that. They should not pull crap like that. They need to do something that's in the best interest of their creators as well as themselves, but mostly the creators, right? And so, yeah, that's just poor business practice right there. They need to fix it. Yeah, it's better to familiarize yourself with what copyright means for content creation and be diligent. You'll be on your own if something... Yeah, here's the thing. I highly recommend this to creators. Do the research. Understand how copyright works as it relates to your content creation. It's very important. So I always encourage people to look at that stuff. Because unfortunately, what we've seen recently with the DMCA stuff, like with the Twitch soundtrack stuff aside, like if we were to even pluck that out of the equation, this is a cycle that we see all the time, where we see a bunch of streamers get hit with DMCA claims, and then collectively everyone's scared about their stuff, and then they go through and try to figure out how to fix their VODs or delete their VODs, and then nothing else really happens, you know, until the next round of DMCA strikes, right? And so Twitch needs to do better. Twitch needs to do better about enforcing this stuff. They need to be smarter about how they encourage their creators to use proper methods of using content when streaming, you know, when it comes to things like music. It's a pattern we've seen, and ultimately what I've taken out of the whole thing is that it's on, and as Benny just said, it's on us as creators to kind of figure out what's right when it comes to what kind of music we use and video and images and things like that. All right, cool. As far as clips go, since you had to delete them all, I would recommend this now more than ever. And you know this about Maniacal Z, because you've seen Maniacal's channel. He does some really fantastic clipping. He does, you know, not only does he do a good job with his clips, he actually does like some editing to it and really helps those look great. So I would say practice clipping. In your creator dashboard, there's a button, as well as one you can add to your stream deck if you've got a stream deck, on when to clip things. Just tap the button when something cool happened, whether it's on your creator dashboard or on a stream deck. Benefit says, to be fair, purging on-demand content is the best response if you have a good amount of that content, but afterwards you've got to carry diligence over or you'll be back in the same place. Yes. So I agree with Benefits. So yeah, just being diligent in what you're able to, in what you're doing with those videos going forward. When you're generating that content, do you have music that's copyright free, etc.? You need a hotkey as a clip button. Yeah, well, yeah, you can set that. You can definitely, there's solutions that kind of help you either generate clips, or solutions that will drop a stream marker, which will show you when you look at the video later when you drop the marker, and that can help you generate clips or highlights. One thing we all should be doing as creators is finding those moments that really represent our channel and our content, creating highlights or clips from them and sharing them on a regular basis. I was looking at the Oddball Show yesterday, and Oddball Show had some amazing moments in their videos. In just the two that I watched, there was a lot of fantastic moments that you could just clip, and they stand alone really well, but they're either just really funny or just really entertaining. And the best part about that is especially when you have a lot of great clippable moments, that's where actually some of the real work begins, right? After you generated that content, that's step one. Step two is to share it, which would be on your places like, you know, Twitter or in your Discord. Especially Twitter, you know, it would take off pretty well. Clips take off really well on Twitter. If you're looking to grow the channel, and you want to give people a better idea of what Snauzberries is about, that is a good way to do it. So clips, highlights, whatever. Yeah. Clips are important. I lost my train of thought for a second. All right. I think that's all I got on the page. Let's look at recent broadcasts. Benefits is correct here. Stream decks are super useful. If anything, for the clips and the chat command, single press chat commands, it's pretty fantastic. It's pretty fantastic. I would say that, you know, between scene changes and all the other things it can do, that just adds value. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up a VOD. All right, let's take a look at this. All right. So we've got a starting screen. I mean, I like the design of it. Again, you know, what I said about kind of leaning on the Willy Wonka property, I would just take that into consideration. This just reminded you that you need to put your Instagram. Oh my gosh, I actually, you know what? There's one thing that I forgot. I want to click your links. We totally forgot to do that, but we'll do it really quick. Here. Okay, cool. That's paused. So anything over here? Twitter looks good. Okay, great. Up to date. Your email is here. Perfect. You'll also want to put your email somewhere in your about panel. Humble partner. Cool. So that goes to your partner page on Humble Store. What I would do is also, as part of your redesign, include a panel for Humble, because I feel like their button is obnoxious. I love Humble. I'm a Humble partner too, but like use one of your own panels. Let's see if this Discord invite is current. Chocolate Factory. Okay, cool. So that looks like it works. Benefit says there are a load of solutions. I recommend Stream Deck because a lot of Twitch stuff is a very easy lift. Yeah, never give your branding up for someone else if you can help it. Yeah, I was telling him at the very beginning that I would not lean on the Willy Wonka stuff, and that he should work on moving towards something of his own. So it's a fun idea, but at the end of the day, it's you're relying on the Willy Wonka brand. All right, back to the VOD. This is cool. You have your Instagram, you have your Twitter, you have your Discord right here. We got music. Let's see. So as usual, I always like to point out it would be good here to have some kind of indicator of when you will leave this screen. So if it's a bar that either ticks up or ticks all the way down, one way or the other, like more so a loading bar is a good way to do it, or a countdown timer. And then I always target this to be roughly around 3 minutes or less. So we're at minute 40. I'm gonna hit the 3-minute mark just to see where we're at.
So
awesome.
Let's give that wheel a spin. So raise your glass to join on in.
Hold on.
There's a road scare me on this level. Welcome to.
Okay, cool.
Oh my goodness. Is that a bearded Corvus in here? Everybody, welcome on in. Welcome to the final spooky stream of the year. This is it. This is it. After this, we're not doing this until October of next year. October 21 was the next time you're going to be able to scare me on this level. We are going to finish Layers of Fear 2 tonight. We're going to do it. And to help me along with this, I have some scotch. And once the scotch is gone, we'll be switching up to another Rogue beer, because Rogue is the unofficial, unaffiliated, not involved with them in any way sponsor of the stream this week, mainly because that's what I bought this week. So we're going to do that. Let's give that wheel a spin, so raise your glass to join on in. We're going to be we're doing this. Just a heads up, next week you're not going to see me. Unfortunately, I'm going to take a little bit of time off. So, we got drink 3 right away.
I'm just listening to the intro. Just listening to the intro here, and then we'll cover everything.
That's Kirkland Scotch. That's from Costco. And you know what? It's pretty good.
All right, so let's back it up and let's like take a look at everything else going on here. So Benny Fitz has some wonderful feedback here. Do away with the Oompa Loompas. You don't own that image. Could easily be a DMCA strike for you. So yes, yeah, you'll want to get rid of that. That is definitely something like if Twitch should be pickier about this stuff, so you don't get hit with a DMCA strike by the owner of the property. But the thing about it is, yeah, you don't own this image, and so you will want to get rid of that one. Snauzberries says, "I'm so glad I did this. So much good advice so far." There's some great input here from the chat, which is fantastic. You're also going to see Wonka alerts. Fair warning. Got it. Also, a word on drinking. So there's nothing wrong with drinking on stream, but if Twitch deems the amount of alcohol consumed on a given stream excessive, it could result in a temporary or even permanent ban. So just be careful with the amount of drinking that you do, because that is part of their TOS now. They added something. It wasn't initially, but they added something later that was like, you should not be excessive. It should not, seem like an incredible amount of alcohol. So they want to discourage that kind of behavior on their platform for good reason, right? Because the dangers of drinking too much. Like Ryu over there said, "Hey Ryu." So,
Oh, but yeah.
Good job on the opening though. You did like leave the starting soon screen very quickly, so that's awesome. If you intend to try to grow and make money as a streamer, drinking can hyper limit you. Actually, that's a fantastic point too from Benefits, because like, yeah, drinking, like cursing, like excessive cursing, things like that. Yeah, that is going to limit the audience that you would pull in. The wheel was originally based on subs and bits. Found out that was a no-no. Drinking for money. Yeah, that's kind of the nature of the whole thing too. Is they don't want creators encouraging their audience to pay them to drink more. You never have more than 3 drinks to stream. Okay, that's good. So, and Benny Fitz makes a good point about limiting. That kind of limits your potential audience. But that, again, that's totally a choice that you can make, and that's totally up to you. So just know that does narrow down
so
the audience you would be building.
What I'm gonna do is,
Yeah.
every few months or so, I tend to take a week off. I'm gonna.
Benefits says because a lot of sponsors and PR are looking at broader audience and want to associate with things that are seen as more family friendly. It's not everybody, but something. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, and I would stress that it's certainly something to consider, especially as someone. I work for a company that will work with influencers, right? And you know, depending on what we're doing, this might have been a no from us, right? We might have been like, well, you know, we that's all good and well, but we don't want someone whose focus is drinking on stream, right? And so I can speak from personal experience as a person who looks at influencers and looks at streamers and content creators. Yeah. So I mean it's it's a no. I mean there may be occasional things we'd be fine, like we'd ignore that, but there it is.
Where do we leave off? At a locked door. All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is a spooky stream. This is a spooky stream.
Already super creepy.
Fair warning. Fair warning.
What the fuck are you? Why is this rat flickering? Okay. Corvus, how is your night going? How is what do you do today? What do you do? What do you see? What do you eat? Oh, I know what we're doing. So we're right at the beginning. Kind of. No, we're not at the beginning. We're.
If you want a view, paradise,
There's that alert.
simply look around and view.
I'm gonna try and mute that so I don't get it heard on my stream. Sorry. There we go.
If you don't know who I am, I'm Snauzberries.
There it is.
I am a variety streamer. Right now we're doing spooky games for the last time of the year. Lloyd, how are you doing? What were you playing? I love.
Yeah, I mean that
logo, by the way. It looks
that
great.
alert. You gotta get rid of that alert too.
And let me get a shout out. Wow, that's a cool person. Oh my.
Yeah, a lot of people got struck for alerts for that.
Okay, I think we have to lift up his head.
Yeah, that alert is not.
Well, welcome on
That could
in,
get you a DMCA strike right there.
Oh, it's Smalls. Nice. Did you get everything you needed? Did you get? Oh, hang on, he's talking.
I was feasting, but never.
It's music, images, video, anything, any media that you're gonna have on your stream. Consider the question of, do I own this? Do I own the rights to this? Or if I don't, is it okay? And generally the answer is, unless it says specifically this is copyright free, then assume that you can't. Or do the research, right?
Where I came from? I didn't follow the rat. No, we came from here, right? Yeah, so we gotta go that way. My wife was just like, Britt, please. By the way, Britt, I saw your tweet. And you know what I gotta say? Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this in a different screen. Just because you'll appreciate this more than anyone else here. Yeah, you were talking with, or whenever you're talking with Nick there, you poured a little bit of something into a glass, or you were getting ready to pour something in a glass. So you know what, Britt? Cheers to you. I appreciate you being here. You are my favorite British person in the Kansas City area who drinks like I do. Cheers. Your scotch is much better than mine, though. I will say that. Mine is from Costco, and it's delicious. But
Yeah, Benefits airs on the side of commissioning.
Actually,
Yep.
Britt, now that you're here, you're going to be the better expert. Actually, Lloyd's here, too. Lloyd, both you and Britt, you're kind of my sound guys. I threw a compressor filter on my mic today, and please tell me how I sound. Smalls, you too. I already talked to you about it, though.
She's been gone a long time. I'm scared something happened to her.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine.
I didn't mean to. She told me to go back.
Oh, we had to go 2 days ago?
No.
You sound disgusting. I can't help that part. How is my disgusting to sound? Does it sound good for being disgusting or bad? How are the levels in clarity? of my disgustingness. Ooh, what's in the box? Oh, treasure. Disgustingly compressed. Nice.
That's a good recommendation,
Good.
Benefits.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Benefits.
Apparently I did something right then.
Benefits says, I don't want to plug, but Envato has easy to understand licenses that are actually issued to you, so you can use them in defense if you're ever challenged. No, that's a great recommendation for sure. That said, you risk being samey because loads of people use Envato resources. Yeah, this is true. Let's take a look at your overall scene composition here while we're just discussing. I like the simplicity of your overlay with the latest. We have latest follower, latest sub, latest cheer, latest donation. So I would not call that donation. So we talk about this from time to time on the channel. I would make that say latest tip. You're a creator, right? You're a creator. You're not a charity. People tip you for the content that you generate if they want to help support you. So I would change the verbiage around donate. And actually, hold on. So this is good. Right here, I was going to say use good verbiage here. Oh, I didn't click this one. I assume this works. Cool. Looks good. So yeah, you're using the correct verbiage here. What I would do here, also for consistency's sake, both consistency and just kind of better framing of the concept, call that a tip. I like your camera. Let's see. So on the frame we have a Twitter username and Discord. That totally works. One thing I would consider is there's some services out there that essentially will create a shortcut to your Discord to make it easier. I want to say it's Discord, is it, hold on, like Discord dot, I think it's discord.me. There are a couple services that allow you to generate a version of a vanity URL for your Discord. If you're gonna put it up in places where you can see it, like on your images, consider doing something like that. So it's a little friendlier and a little easier to type in. And usually those services, what they'll do is they'll generate your address and then they'll forward to an invite that you have already generated. And that just looks a little bit more visually pleasing. Now, granted, it's not the normal discord.gg address, but, discord.me / whatever it is you want it to be, is a little easier to advertise or at least show on your graphics. Snauzberry says, so far, remove all copyrighted material before next stream to start to move away from blatantly basing off of Willy Wonka. Yeah, you should move away from it. But yeah, I would take down all of the stuff that is blatantly not yours, and then I would work towards figuring out a new brand.
Can you fit in here? I can. Oh. Well, I'm in a bathroom.
You're going to argue that the Wonka thing isn't too bad.
Good, because I'm probably gonna crap my pants here soon.
I don't know. I would encourage you to get away from it. Yeah, you have to make it your own. You have to make it you.
What is this? Who found out the way I sleep? Appreciate the shout out. Been getting back into Destiny for the new content drop on the. Oh yeah, I forgot they're doing that. Finally had time to play some games now that work's slowing down a bit.
Jeez. That's spoopy.
No thanks. I've been watching a few Destiny streams here.
Hey, Smalls Fry.
It looks like such an interesting game. I just never got into it. Where did the rat go?
But for you, I swallow my pride.
This ghost dude's hitting on me hard. Oh, I can't even go in there? What? Can't go in the... Oh, there's a shower in there? Okay. There's no secret door behind... Do I have to go back in here? Okay. That's weird. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just walking down these hallways,
Benefits
letting Raz
does
out.
have a good point. There's a level at which you could parody it.
Yeah, that's where I came from. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say if you were to kind of continue to lean on the theme, parody is probably the best way for you to justify it. So Benefits makes some really great points in terms of like how you could maintain some semblance of this theme. If it's parody,
I don't know.
it would yeah, I mean
Skull?
you could like if it ever became a question, right, of if you like are straight up ripping off the IP, you could say, well, you know, this is a parody, right, and treat it as such.
What the hell? Play an hour or two the first
Is the transition in camera frame?
The first layer...
I mean, the camera frame seems fine. I mean, yes, it looks like a golden ticket. Again, this is if you were to try to move towards a parody version of this, then that would be acceptable. Your transition, I believe that was also a golden ticket,
That's why.
right? I mean, yeah, like I guess like I said, if like Benefits is suggesting here too is if you were to move more towards a parody account of it, then it would probably be fine as long as it just doesn't look like, again, a blatant ripoff of Willy Wonka. So
You just stopped talking. Can I go down here? No? How? Well, what do I have to do here?
You're right. It is my fault. Yes, I can still save her. She can live on forever. Show me the way. I'll do what needs to be
Is he
done.
talking to his
I'm
drawings?
the captain now.
Oh, he just took...
Creepy.
Oh, wait, there's a ladder. Can I climb it? Oh, I can't climb the ladder. Look at that. I'm smart. I'm super smart, guys.
If you want a view,
yeah, Benefits, right? That's going to be a problem there. You've got to find where that line is. Wonka inspired is going to be a moving target more than anything. Yeah. I mean, I'm always I would say I always would just be very, very like aware, right, of where you are and where you stand on that stuff. Mainly because, yeah, it becomes difficult if you don't have a clear like, hey, this is where we are considered, you know, like influenced by it, or like where this is actually a parody of such thing. But like if it's very clear that you're like, oh, like, I mean, like the Oompa Loompa image, right? Like, yeah, that's definitely not. Yeah, best advice is to shift away, but you have options. Yep, those options will cost money. That's the catch. Yep. But yeah, you have options. You'll just want to shift away from this specifically being a Willy Wonka themed stream.
Did I just die? I played and recorded. So if you like the first one, this one is on par with the second one really well. I just died. FYI. Okay, so do I have to shoot him?
Lead us, O Captain. We will follow you across the 7 seas.
Okay, nope, nope. Okay.
The soul pays its debt.
Heck, heck, heck. Oh my god.
We've lost another soul.
Just keep pulling these. Just keep pulling. Gank it like in 14 again. Come on. No. There we go. Oh, there's another ship. I see where we're going. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm. Oh, there we go. There we go. Heck off. Door. Let me in.
So you're doing a good job of
Why are you
talking through it. I noticed that when you started, you're doing a good job of
Oh, hey. That was
talking over the game, providing commentary or verbalizing your thoughts.
We did it.
You're doing a very good job there.
That's not the last chapter, though. We're not done yet.
I do see that, you know, there's occasional chat happening.
Black and white now?
Those are always good
Oh, what is
opportunities
this?
to connect with those people that are
Not
watching,
done with this chapter yet?
talking about,
That's a cool person. Okay,
talking
Smalls,
about,
thank
you know,
for shouting
whatever
out.
it is they're
Alright, everyone
referring
go
to.
check him out.
That's the hardest part while getting into this. You still struggle with it from time to time. I mean, it seems like you're doing an okay job. Continue to practice that, but you'll want to, like, as chat begins to react, certainly bring them into the stream that way, right? Like, call them out or refer to what they say and continue the discussion there, right? Like Arc DK TV just said run, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm running. Holy crap, you know, just something where you're acknowledging what chat's saying and you're engaging them by talking to them, which in turn will continue to fuel that discussion. One quick note, and I know that we've been talking about this. Another thing to do is you'll want to change your bot's name. I wouldn't want it to be Oompa Loompa Bot. I would consider a different name. So I would get away from that name as well for your bot. So bot's going, okay, yeah, do it.
Thank you so much for that raid. And you know what? This seems like a good time to do a wheel spin. No reason why, just because I can. Also, I want a drink.
We got another drink.
Again. Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump forward a little bit.
Oh, I can't turn from that side. Oh, he's creeping up on me. Oh, there's. Okay, there's 2 more mirrors left, but dude is like right here. Oh my god.
Holy moly.
Okay, he didn't move, but Anchor just flew out. Oh.
Anger just flew out.
Mirrors left.
So angry.
Oh.
Yeah, layers 2 looks legit.
Oh, he's chasing.
I'm kind of,
Oh, he's coming after me.
it looks pretty fun. Hashtag ad.
We've been here. We went through this room like. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same room we were already in.
Let me see. There's.
Did he say portrait?
I'm gonna raise volume a little bit.
You tried so hard to bring me back. You called out to me from the void,
Oh.
but something else answered.
Okay. New room. This is fine. Everything's fine, chat. I don't know why you're so worried. What the fuck is this? Just noise and glitches is the subtitle for this. Okay, here we go. We're hitting the button. It didn't. Oh. We're underwater, but the elevator works fine. And so does the light. Makes sense. All right. Oh.
Seems fine. So it's not as noticeable because you're doing a good job talking, but occasionally I was hearing the mashing of the keys and the clicks of the mouse.
So cool. I came down, but then we.
So maybe just a slight noise suppression would help. That's what I was listening for when I turned up the volume. So I was hearing I was hearing some clicking. I was hearing some mashing of the keys.
Skulls.
So you'll want to look at addressing that.
I don't like any of this. Is there a stop?
Audio is a fickle thing, but you'll want to see if you can try and at least dull the sound of those. Maybe not eliminate it completely, because that's just a hard thing to get rid of. Yeah, if you have a cardioid mic, yeah, that's certainly one thing you could do. So if you have a cardioid mic, it does help to have the mic. Yeah, by putting the things you want to be heard in front of it, and everything else behind or not in front. Yeah, you have a compressor filter on the mic.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah, boom arms are super useful for that. Yeah,
That's all I know anymore.
there's a noise suppression filter, which helps a little bit.
Oh, way to get back on the spooky elevator.
I don't know if you use a noise gate.
Elevator.
The thing about it is, the thing that I would say is it's certainly, audio is always a tough one to get completely right, but it takes a lot of work. So just don't be afraid to continue to try changing things until you're happy with how it sounds. I personally would say overall seems okay, but I do hear the clicks in the keys.
Oh, I didn't have the gate all the way closed. Old elevators are hard. I've never used one before.
Your mix seems good in terms of like hearing you over the game.
He's looking at me. Oh my god.
Forget that, dude. Nope.
Oh god. Oh jeez.
I'd nope out of that
Here we
very
go.
quickly.
Here we go. We're back out of the spooky elevator.
You don't have a gate.
How long has it been? I don't remember anymore. So hard to remember. I feel myself slipping, growing thin, and it keeps growing, and it won't let me go.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you have a lot of background noise, so I think you'll be okay
There's an innuendo there.
if you have a gate.
We got some SpongeBob logic because I think we're underwater right now.
The thing is when you're making these adjustments, I know it's hard, but you gotta test them out very diligently
On fire?
to get the sound that you're looking for.
I do. Okay, cool. I'm immune to fire. Look at that.
I don't like
oh,
that.
No, I'm not immune to fire.
Oh no,
God.
you're not immune to fire.
Oh. Hey, buddy.
Let's leap
Wow.
forward.
Do that was terrible. Next. What's in the hole? Played nothing in the hole. Let's get what's in this hole. Got. Okay. Wait, are we going backwards in Act 1 or something?
Wow. Yep. Yeah, do a recording with your sounds and then listen to it over a couple different volume settings. And I know it's a pain in the butt, but like, you know, kind of really, if you massage the audio, like it will really make the difference. People will notice it. And honestly speaking, audio is usually like the reason people will leave. So like if they don't like the audio, they'll usually leave. And as we've discussed on this channel before, most people often lurk or leave it up playing in the background, and that's mainly how they're consuming it, is they're listening to the stream while they're doing other things, right? And so if you nail the audio, I think a lot of people are happy about that, and they're glad to continue to listen. Yeah, it's a pain, but the payoff will make your audio sound pro, and you can focus on the easy stuff for sure. Yeah, I mean, it makes it really easy for you to be like, yes, it sounds great. Now I can focus on the content, right? How many streamers say, "How do I sound? Do I sound okay? How's everything? How are the levels? Do I sound good?" Right? That we can slowly get away from that sort of thing as a creator if we know the audio is good. So it's a lot of work on the back end, but it gives you one less thing to have to worry about when you're live.
Oh, it still doesn't have legs. That's good. We'll just remember that's there. That's my gold. Are you underwater? I think so.
We cannot believe it all.
Whenever you mess
So-
with your sound setting, that's the first question when you go live. You know, I used to do that too all the
But
time.
then,
I used to do that all the time.
like newspaper clipping.
Take the time, make a recording, and listen to it. And then make adjustments and then listen and make sure it's all good again. So it's a pain in the butt.
You sumbit. Listen. Listen, that's friendly fire. We're friends, okay? Oh. Don't look in the hole. Don't open the door.
I will find you. I will.
Oh, no, she didn't. She dead. She like real dead.
Oh no.
That's really sad.
Right after Lloydzilla rated me, I asked him at the beginning of this, because this is the first stream with a compressor. He's also big on sound. Yeah.
Anyone wants your beer?
What was Lloydzilla's feedback on your mic?
Okay, so now we're back above water.
I'm kind of curious.
I'm confused. I didn't get a reel-to-reel yet. Can't open any of these doors. This feels like this is like the very beginning. So now we're gonna walk into the room? Oh, no, we're walking into a bricked dungeon?
He said it sounded good.
Sorry,
Most
what?
people get a muffled sound to them and, you know, have
So
that.
you're not on
That's
ship
good.
anymore.
I mean, it sounds fine so far.
What are those? Are those candles?
And so,
Oh,
here we are again.
okay. Hi, lady.
How many times has it been?
Holy crap.
Wait, is that a vampire?
How much? You don't even know what you
Oh no.
An artist giving an unfocused performance.
Yikes.
A creature trapped in a prison of its own making. A thing that should not. I know what you came for. What you think you want. Flame, flame, burn away. Come again some other day.
Poems he's been necessary.
Can't have it. Because you are not ready. Because you have not
Benefits.
earned it.
That's not a vampire. That's clearly Tilda Swinton in yet another eccentric role.
I'll be waiting
Okay.
until then.
So I want to note that you're playing this in the dark, and that's fantastic. Normally I look for really good lighting on your camera, but this is the time that I make that exception for any streamers if they're playing a spooky game. I'm like, okay, let them be lit. Let them be lit by their monitor as long as I can see their face in the scary glow of the monitor they're playing this game on. Although I would say that your framing's maybe a little high in your camera. I would tilt it down slightly.
Okay, we shot her last time. Let's shoot him.
I'd frame it so your head, there's a little less space between the top of your head and the top
Oh, shit.
of the
Chat,
camera.
we did it. We got one of the endings.
Oh, we totally saw an
So
ending.
that must have been the ending for the...
I'm gonna jump ahead here.
Okay, I need that. I got a strong flashlight.
Oh, and then we switch games to Phasmophobia.
Okay. $10. No. Okay. There we go. This is this is an interesting game. Let me get this set up real fast. Game capture, properties.
You did it so it was scary. I need to fire up this. I did like the basic tutorial on Phasmophobia, but I haven't done much past that.
Oh, well, I just shit myself. Britt, how you doing?
Good engagement there. One thing that's missing, I've noticed though, is there is some brief chatting with your viewers, but I would say, certainly continue to try to find ways to carry that discussion on with them as you play the game. The commentary is great, but then you kind of want to take the next step, which is connecting that to your chat.
Hello.
Another thing I would consider adding to your stream, and many people do it different ways, is closed captioning. Make sure you have a solution for closed captioning, whether it's a Twitch extension or an OBS plugin. And if it has a thought, we shall see what he has to say. But closed captioning, always useful. Always helpful. People enjoy it. More people should do it. A lot of very successful streamers will routinely ask things like, "What do you think, chat?" That's true. That's a thing that they often do. What do you think, chat?
Boy.
I even found myself doing that on this stream. This stream review. I've often said, what do you guys think of this? I think there's value in getting that habit early. Let chat know even if they don't engage, you're encouraging engagement. Yeah. It's always, yeah, like it's always good to ask input on what's going on, right?
Unfortunately, sounds gonna use it. Not right now. I'm not.
I mean, one great example of it, where you jokingly said that you shit yourself. Someone in chat did say something similar to that they did as well. That's certainly that's certainly a good example of like, hey, like you could even use a thought like that and turn it into one of those questions. You could say, man, I just shit myself. What about you guys? Did you crap yourselves too? Because holy shit. So something along those lines, right? Like bringing them in, like think of it like you're hanging out, in your living room and your friends or just people in the house are coming in to watch you play, and the things that you might say to them while talking to them. That's really the approach that I like to do is, I like to say, like, treat it like we're all just hanging out in my living room playing a game, like when I do my game streams. And so that includes things like, dude, what did you what was that, right? Or like, what did you think about that? Like, chat, what's the deal with this? Things, questions like that.
Oh, there's knocking going on.
Game's spoopy. This game is spoopy.
Hello, ghost friend.
Yeah, how are we feeling, chat? Am I gonna die? Yeah, for a while, especially when I was playing like Outlast and games like that, I used to say something all the time, which was like, chat, is this how I die? Is this how I die, chat? Is this what's going That would probably help the dead air.
I have an objective to get
It would.
Pictures of...
Benefits doesn't find this game scary.
One more spot available.
I don't know, wandering through a house alone, it's pretty spooky to me.
Grab this.
in the dark when things are
So we
when
found
there paranormal shenanigans going on.
Yeah, 10, are you? Oh, not quite. Hey, Maria, can you write in the book, please? Can you, or say hello? One of the two? Let me know what's going on with your life.
You felt more stressed doing it alone, yeah. I feel like it would be more stressful alone than with friends. To be honest.
I need to see where she lives. I think I'm gonna be the bathroom, actually. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, we got a talk box. Thank you for saying hello, Maria. I appreciate it. I'm gonna pop back down to the truck real fast so I can look up how to put a fucking camera down on this game. So we don't have sub-zero temperatures, but we do have spirit box. Okay, hang on. How to place camera and phasmophobia. Okay. Oh my god. I just want to learn how to.
Yeah, the keyboard. I was gonna say you could hear the click of the keyboard. Yeah.
It's not working. Okay. F. Okay. I think we figured it out. It's right. Oh, it is F. So it just wasn't a place we can put that? Because we don't have a... Okay. We may have to put it on the ground.
That sound just instantly changed from their background music. With like some creepy ambient sounds. The second you stepped into the house. Oh no.
Holy shit.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that was a noise I was not expecting.
I don't like it. This house is creepy. There's a lot of EMF going on, yeah?
Okay, I don't like all these noises.
Black Pharaoh
Okay,
Gaming!
let's look for
Hey
ghost
buddy! Thanks for the bits, man.
Yeah, that was absolutely free for you. Glad.
You finally got to catch me. Welcome, buddy.
It's rising. It's rising. How's my sanity? I haven't checked my sanity. 81%? Not bad. Okay.
We're in
So
the
now
middle
I'm looking
of
for
stepping
ghost
through,
orbs.
we're in the middle of stepping through Snauzberries stream,
Which I could place
and
on
we're
camera, I guess.
taking a look at his engagement right now. That's what we're doing. But guys, Black Pharaoh, cool dude. He's actually a streamer on Facebook. Cool guy. I'm gonna link his This is where I wish I could just type in shout out. And have it just do the thing.
Okay, Maria, I'll be right back. I miss you.
There we go. Great dude.
Please don't kill me.
And thanks, man. Snauzberries has some good stuff going for him. I think it's just working on a little bit of the dead air, asking his chat what they think. Overall, though, his engagement's pretty decent. Verbalize those thoughts.
Okay, what are we looking for here? EMF level 5, which I haven't seen yet. Spirit box we have. I don't have a UV light, so I can't check for that. So I'm looking for ghost orbs, ghost writing, freezing temperatures.
I feel like we're losing you a little bit there, Snauzberries. You're focused though, so I get it. I mean, that's the perfect time. If you don't know what to say, you could ask chat, what do we do, right? What do we do, chat?
Okay.
What do we do here? What is it?
This game is terrifying solo. I'm not gonna lie.
Additional commentary is good.
Okay, we're gonna go back in there with our handy dandy. I don't even know.
I'm gonna jump forward a little bit more.
I haven't seen any like opening doors. There still hasn't been any negative temperatures. Okay.
There's one thing I need to work on, says Snauzberries. First hour usually is more energy, but then I set myself into a more focused mindset as chat starts to go to bed. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, like, a lot of the time, chat, obviously, you know, some of them will go into lurk mode or some are going to go to sleep and things like that. But keep that energy up as the stream goes on, and it's honestly even more important the longer the stream goes is to find a way to maintain a good energy level, because then, you know, if they see you starting to like quiet down yourself, chat's obviously going to, you know, all things aside, they may not engage as much either. So it's really the onus is on us, right? The onus is on us to continue to keep that going, whether it's, you know, continuing to talk or ask questions to the chat, or if it's just, you know, telling either telling a story if things are really slow, or thoughts on, you know, something relevant that's going on in the game. Finding those different tools of like, how can I keep engagement going, how can I keep the energy at a good level, is always one of the hardest things. And the longer a stream goes, the harder that becomes. We were talking about stream length yesterday. It looks like this particular stream was just under 2 hours. It seems like I personally, I stream 2 hours in the mornings, and if I could, I'd stream 3 hours, but just with the way my schedule is and the things I've got going on, nothing wrong with 2 hours, but certainly pack in that engagement as time goes on, even if you're in the last, you know, 30 minutes of it, is kind of try to keep that train rolling, right? Whether it's, you know, focusing on, you know, how scary this is, and kind of discussing the things that are not that are not fun in terms of the stuff that scares you, or again, seeing what chat thinks or getting their opinion. I mean, you're at a point where you're trying to figure out what this particular ghost is, right? Or this you know, entity, and continue to talk it through with them. I hear you. I work full time, got a family, I got a bunch of stuff going on too, so I'm in the same boat, and it's really about making the best of the time that you got. So
Huge amounts of objects. We just pull guys. Okay.
a lot quiet here.
I haven't seen ghost orbs yet though. Wraith, fingerprints, freezing temperatures, and spirit box. That would make sense. Okay. Spirit. Smudge sticks. Since I have a thing for smudge sticks, I'm going to go with the fact that it's a spirit. Alright? What's chapter 4 keys?
So I see you working through this. This is good.
Okay.
Again, continue to work with chat on that. Feel free to bring them in on it.
You guys have been great. I wish I can stream for a few more days. I can't. That's fine. You know what we're going to do, though? We're going to end it on a wonderful note, and that is going to be rating someone playing another spooky game. Who's that playing a spooky game? I don't know. Let's find out. Crash Bandicoot is not a spooky game. I think so far we're leading on someone we've already raided this week, and that's okay. It's okay. We might have to raid him again. Oh, who else is online? I'm looking for spooky games. We're only doing spooky.
Hello, Lex.
Okay, it is going to be a retro fellow. We're going to raid a retro fellow again. He is playing Amnesia.
I love Lex. He's always walking in with a haiku. Good to see you, Lex.
I thought about playing this, but I wanted to play the one that actually scares people, and I actually got too scared to play it, so it worked. It worked great. But no, huge shout out to everyone. I will see you on November 8th, Smalls, at 9:45. In the meantime, please do me a favor. Join me in this raid. Let's hang out with Retro, who is playing this. He is playing games in a squid hat. He's one of my favorite guys to watch. You guys should watch him in Squid Hat's Purple right now, in case you're wondering. Let's give him all the love we can. And I will see you in a weekish.
Okay.
Love you.
That was a good closing. Fantastic job with telling them when you'll be live next. I think the importance of that is it's huge, right? It's really huge. Especially, I mean, every streamer should be doing that when they close out their stream. They should be saying when they'll be live next. It's especially more important when your schedule is either unpredictable or a bit erratic. So that was a fantastic job saying, hey, I'll be live on this day. Come join me. That would have been a good opportunity to say, you know, join my Discord or follow me on Instagram or follow me on Twitter, whatever it is that you want to engage your community on. Say, you know what, I can you can see me post stuff there, or you can hit me on the Discord. We can chat in between streams. So doing those little things about encouraging, like, hey, there are other ways that you can come and you know, come and chat with me. That reinforces that follow, that reinforces that engagement. And of course, just say, you know, and it's okay to encourage them to follow you at the very end if you like. You know, don't be afraid to ask for that. Hey, you know, if you enjoyed this, hit follow, turn on notifications, because, you know, my schedule's kind of crazy. So you'll get those notifications when I'm live if you hit follow, right? So stuff like that. But overall, that was a pretty good VOD. Let me see here. Do you have any questions, Snauzberries? Do you have any questions on some of that feedback there? Let's see. Layers of Fear, Seventh Guest. Is this the one we looked at? This is the Layers of Fear as well. I'm just double checking some stuff while we go through. Okay, good. See, this is good though. You're live very quickly. You switch to your chatting scene very quickly. Which is good.
We just came out of a baby. That's awkward.
That is awkward. Oh no.
I hate this.
That is not okay. That is not okay. Let's skip ahead, man. No questions. Thank you for looking at this. I learned a lot of things you need to change and work on for sure. Snaz, anything else from chat? Any we got a couple, like, we have a couple minutes, but any thoughts, any questions? Are there any follow-ups that you might have? This is a good time. I think to summarize, Snauzberries has a pretty good grip on at least talking while playing. We just need you to engage chat a little bit more directly, and I think that will encourage them to talk more. Yeah, Benny Fitz, thank you so much, man, for all your advice as well. I'm gonna do a quick Benefits is a fantastic streamer. He's one of the reasons why I actually took streaming more seriously for myself. He's also one of the people that I definitely I always take great stock in the stream advice that Benefits may have because he's been doing it a while and he knows what he's doing. Let's see. More spooky footage here.
A scared little boy.
I'm just gonna continue to leap through to see if there's anything else to find.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I think you're doing a great job. I think the biggest things for you are to look at how you're going to treat your brand going forward and what you would do with it. Certainly the Willy Wonka theme is not the way to do it, but you have options. You have ways you can go forward, whether it's as a parody channel that parodies Willy Wonka, or as something completely different. And I just recommend you take the time to work through that and talk it through, with others if you need the feedback. And that includes your community. That includes, other streamers that you want to get their opinions of as well. But I think you're on the right track. I think you're going to be just fine. It's just a matter of tweaking some of these things, and there's always room for improvement, regardless of who you are. And so, I think you're doing those well. There's always beer. Let's see. And yeah, I mean, and part of that does that does touch on, like, once you decide on what that brand is or on what that theme for your channel may be, is then tying in all the art so that it all works together and it feels like a cohesive thing. That includes your overlay stuff. That includes your panels, any kind of graphics. You'll eventually want to come up with a consistent image, right? A consistent theme across all of them. That's awesome. Let's see how you close it. Let's see how you close this stream. And then I think we'll call it for the day.
And raid. We are raiding Royal D. He's also playing Layers of Fear too. We got it.
Have you found your raids? How have you found your raids go? Are you looking at friends of the stream, or are you looking at just looking for someone playing a specific game out of curiosity? That might be my last question here. Oh, so you were watching in real time? Gotcha. What I recommend is not, if you don't know the person and you don't think you'd have their permission to restream their stream, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that. You like to make new friends? Yeah. That's one way to do it. I would say there's always some minor risk in doing that, only because you don't know who they are, and you don't know if it'll be a good or a bad experience for your chat. I used to do that as well, and then I think for me, what I prefer doing is I prefer, if I'm going to raid, which I don't raid as often as I used to, There's nothing wrong with it. It's just more of a personal preference for me. I encourage people to raid when they can. Is having someone in mind that you're ready to raid if they're live, because one, you can, if you like them, you can speak to what makes them great, and two, you have a better idea of what your community will appreciate. And as time goes on, I think it's best to really um get really get really get people in front of your community that you know that like they would appreciate, right? Whether it's you like the personality of the person, or you really enjoy their commentary on the game, or if it's just um kind of passing that torch on, right, for people who are in your stream, who can they enjoy. I haven't raided in forever. I've been kind of working on me before I get back on the raid train. See, I can completely agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, I've been working on my stuff as well. Um, I think raiding can be a great tool in terms of exposing both you and the target channel's community to each other. Um, but I would say prioritize people that you're familiar with, prioritize people that you know, and that you're like, am I willing to, like, would I want them to be streaming on my channel for me, right? That's a personal preference thing. There's nothing wrong with trying to find new friends, and nothing wrong with trying to raid new people, but I've done enough of those raids to find that occasionally get someone who either doesn't talk to the chat, right, or doesn't engage them, or I've had ones where like, and I'm speaking in context of random raids, right, where I find someone on the onset that looks pretty interesting in the like 30 seconds that I look at them, and then I raid them, and then it kind of falls flat. I've had one where I rated another player in the same category as me, and I basically, like, I had a decent amount of viewers. They were pretty low on the list, but not like the lowest. They were talking to chat. They were engaged in like the minute that I watched the stream, but then I rated them and they pretty much ignored it. They pretty much ignored the whole raid. And so, it depends. I mean, I even had a couple people be like, well, that was anticlimactic, where they're just like, and my raid came in, they're like, yo, this is an Amore raid, blah, blah, blah. Oh, for sure, Snauzberries, that's fine. And like I said, it's total, like, that's good. I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't I wouldn't restream what they're streaming on the actual video there. But I mean, if that's how you want to do it, that's totally fine. I like to recommend, people, generally. One thing that you can do, and I don't know how this fits into your regular non-streaming schedule, is if you'll be playing a game, and you're in the category browsing on Twitch, you can find people who are on right around the same time that you get off the stream, when on days you're not streaming, and you can maybe find future raid targets where you're like, oh, I watched this person for like a little bit, I think they're great, why don't you come with me and check them out? If they don't respond, or if they're weird about it, you move on. You only do it once a week. Yeah, and I honestly, I personally don't like to browse for raid targets during the end of my stream, only because I don't want to have to do that work, I guess, because I don't want to be like, oh, nope, not this one, nope, not this one, nope, not this one, right? I just want to be like, hey guys, we're wrapping up, let's check out this person, let's show them, let's pass on the love, let's keep going. If those of you who want to keep watching some of this game, or whatever it might be, right? Whether it might be, oh, here's a dear friend of mine, I'm going to just drop you in their chat. I would rather I'd rather bookend the experience at the end with something that isn't like, okay, well now we have to find a raid target, right? Like I don't want to spend that time saying, oh, well now we need to find one, right? Oh, they're not good. Okay, no, that one was weird, right? There's some really minor humor in that, but like honestly, I think it's more positive for you and for your community to say, okay, cool, we have someone that we want to hype up, right? We want them to feel good about us rating them. And here's Benny, I'm contractually obligated to rate him even though he's terrible. we agreed on this beforehand. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. I think I mean, like anything else on the stream, whatever money is exchanged hands. Whatever you think is, I think let the experience that you want to provide to your community drive the decision, right? So that's really like, if you want to figure it out live, there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to personal taste, I personally don't like to do that. I used to do it, and I found that I often, between the experience of trying to pick a raid target and then the random experiences after raiding someone, has been both a mix of positive and negative. I would rather provide a more consistent experience for my community. And I do that by seeking out people that I think, obviously, like the question I ask myself, and again, this is all just, subjective. This is how I treat it. Your philosophy can be very, very different, but mine is like, would I be cool with them streaming on my channel or co-streaming on my channel, right? Like, would I be cool doing a stream with them, or would I be cool, leaving them in charge of my content for a day or whatever, that mindset says, okay, cool, then I can pick someone that I know my community may appreciate and or enjoy. I've had some really fantastic random raids though. I've had some other fantastic just raids of friends. But I've also had, that's the thing, I've had super negative experiences with randos, but I've never had a bad experience with, of course, raiding a friend, right? Like, I know what I'm getting in for. I know what I'm getting into. And so I think that's at the crux of it for me. Is like, I know what to expect if I raid someone I know. Whereas if I don't know the person, even though I would like to make new friends, I feel like making new friends on Twitch is something you should be doing. But you should be doing that not necessarily at the end of your stream. But again, that's my personal opinion. And you should be seeking out new people to get to know on Twitch. That in and of itself is a separate conversation. And I think you should continue to do that. You should continue to seek out other streams, other communities, especially if you're like working in a category that you're going to be in for a little while, right? Or if you're looking at the same type of content that you're trying to generate, finding those people that are like-minded. So that's my thoughts on that. I think we'll just close it down from here, though. I want to thank Snauzberries for allowing me to review their channel and talk about his content. I do appreciate that, guys. If you liked what you saw, check out Snauzberries. If you like what I'm doing, I'm here every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, and then on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday evenings at 11 p.m. I am here. If you enjoyed this, feel free to hit that follow button. You can also find me on the Twitter and the Discord. If you join the Discord, just make sure you opt in to the server. There's a list of rules. You just have to hit a reaction button, and then you'll get access to the full server. There's also an Among Us section, and a Jackbox section, and actually a section for people who care about this stuff. The content creators, there's a content creator section as well, where I actually post archives of this. I'm super behind on the archive stuff. cleaning up my notes. What I do is I look at my notes, I clean them up, and I post them. I'm super behind on it. I'm gonna work through it this weekend and get caught up. But that's really all I've got today. I do appreciate you all hanging out here. And Snauzberries, you're very, very welcome. I do appreciate Benny Fitz has offered some fantastic feedback as well. What I would say is, you know, all I ask is that you go through and do what you feel would be best to improve your channel based on the feedback that you've heard and were given. If you know anyone that is looking for similar feedback to their channel and content, just let them know. Let them know how to get a hold of me. We're scheduled through next week, which is actually the furthest of schedule I've been ahead in terms of getting people getting people on here. Is we have most of next week filled, which is fantastic. My goal is to continue to do this every Monday through Friday, and just trying to grow and learn with the rest of you, find the things that you guys are doing great, and continue to help you all improve your content. Snauzberry says, check notes, add more Willy Wonka copyright images. That is definitely not the thing.